What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Blu-ray collection update and unboxing. If y'all don't know me, my name is David, and I review movies over at cinemadeviant.com. I started doing this as a way to give people a heads up as to what's coming out now and in the upcoming weeks as far as Blu-rays and DVDs go. Now, we have a lot to take a look at today and a lot on the table, on the schedule for future videos coming very soon. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and just sit back, relax, grab yourself a drink or something, get comfortable. I'll give you a moment. You know, grab some popcorn or something, some Raisinets. I don't know if you guys eat Raisinets, or some M&Ms or something to that degree. And just relax for a moment. Chill. You comfortable? You ready? Let's do this. All right, let's go ahead and jump right in because there is a lot to take a look at today. All right, first up, we have Viking Destiny right here. Now, this is out now from Lionsgate. There's a Blu-ray and digital copy included. Now, I have yet to watch this movie, but I've heard some pretty good things about it. Essentially, what it kind of seems like, and what I've heard, is that it's more along the lines of almost like a Lord of the Rings style, you know, maybe 300-esque, maybe not to that degree, but that kind of movie, but maybe not that big budgeted. I'll say. I saw the trailer a while back. It does look really interesting. I cannot wait to check this one out. I love, you know, these like Viking tales and things like that. Obviously, anything Game of Thrones-esque and Lord of the Rings-esque. I love this kind of stuff. So I cannot wait to check this out. My wife is probably going to be like, really, David? Again, like another one of these movies? But here you go. Here goes the front here. Fantastic artwork in the front. I like that. Really cool. And Terrence Stamp. Terrence Stamp is fantastic in everything that he's in. So I cannot wait to check this out. And then here goes the back here. If you guys take a look there. If you guys don't know what it's about. And then the special features is there. Where there's not many. But that's okay. At least there's some. You know? Alright, let's go ahead and pop this open. Alright. So here we do have digital copy. And then here goes the disc art here, which is essentially the front cover. You can tell. That's cool. At least there's disc art. I'm grateful for that. And then here goes the front, back, and spine for Viking Destiny. And this one is out now from Lionsgate. Alright. Now, if it seems like I'm rushing through some of these, it's because I kind of am. There's a lot to take a look at. And like I said, I do have a lot more literally on this table that you cannot see. So you're probably going to get a couple of videos this week and this weekend. So be on the lookout for those. Next up is actually a personal pickup that I didn't really intend on picking this up. I just saw it. And this was, I've said it before, you cannot take me to Walmart because I start going through the bins. I start going through the Blu-ray bins that they have there, the $7 bins or whatever. And I found one that kind of caught my eye. Not because I don't tend to do this very often, where I'm like, I'm just going to get it just to get it. But in this case, I kind of did because it came with a cool slipcover. And that is Paranormal Activity, the marked ones. Now, I was actually surprised to find this with a slipcover and a lenticular slipcover at that. And it was in good condition. That doesn't normally happen at a Walmart. But, so I thought that was kind of cool. So I was like, all right, I'll pick that up for a couple of bucks. It's not too bad. But yeah, and then, of course, you got to do that with lenticulars. And then here goes the back here, if you guys don't know what it's about. The Paranormal Activity franchise are not the best set of movies. They're really not. But, I mean, I've seen all of them, to be perfectly honest with you. And this one was one of the weaker ones. They try to set up a lot more lore to the whole franchise, which when you start going down that route, maybe that's not the wisest thing to do. The first one's great because it just kind of gave you a scenario, you know? But yeah, so, again, I had to get this one, though. Cool lenticular cover. Usually I can't pass those up. But anyway, let's go ahead and pop this open in case you guys don't know what it's about. I cannot remember if I use this digital copy or not. But if I haven't, here you go. It's a gift from me to you. Whoever gets it, just maybe comment down below and let people know that you got it. So that way they don't, scramble trying to get it if it's already been redeemed. All right. So I'll throw that one over there. All right. And then here we have the Blu-ray copy on this side, DVD copy on this side. Just blue discard here, and then the grayed out discard on this side. And then here goes the front, back, and spine for Paranormal Activity, the marked ones. And this one is out, obviously now, from Paramount. I'm curious, though. How many of you guys have seen, all the Paranormal Activity movies? If so, which one is your favorite one? Me, I'll still have to say the first one, and I guess maybe the second one. That one was pretty good. But the first one, the most. Out of all of them, first one really does it for me. Still to this day, I really think it's a really well done movie. And that's kind of like, I guess that's my opinion on it. I don't know. Next up, we have Benji Off the Leash. Now, another Benji movie has been released through Mill Creek. Mill Creek has been releasing these like little by little here and there. And these Benji movies, they're not like, they're your typical type of like Homeward Bound type of movies and things like that, about pets and stuff. And I will say, these are kind of guilty pleasures. I remember watching Benji when I was younger and stuff too. And these, I really love them. I'm not even a dog person, and I really like these movies. I really enjoy these movies, and that says a lot about these films. They're just fun. They're just fun movies just to sit down and watch, especially if you have like a family movie night, which we actually just implemented in our home every Friday. These are just really cool family movies to watch together. You know what I mean? So yeah, Benji right here, Off the Leash. Then take a look at the back here. If you guys don't know what it's about. All right. Now I cannot remember if they've like remade Benji, in the past or anything like that. Because I remember, just like they've done with Lassie, I think they've done like tons of Lassies over the years. I don't know if this is the exact same scenario. No, this looks like a newer Benji movie. So that's pretty cool. I haven't yet seen it, but again, this is going to be another one that I'm going to add to my family movie night pile. So let's go ahead and pop this open. Where is my opener here? Here we go. La Flama Blanca. That's what they call it. I know it sounds weird. Alright. Let's see here. Alright. So let's go ahead and pop this open. It does come with digital copy. You know what? And I'm in a generous mood today, guys. I feel good. I'm running on like 3 cups of coffee. And I'm like hyped up, man. Alright. I'm feeling, like I said, I'm feeling really generous. Let's go ahead and throw this digital copy out here as well. Any of you guys want this, again, to watch it, as a family or anything like that, go right ahead. And again, as always, just let somebody down in the comments, or let us know down in the comments below if you've redeemed it. Okay? Cool. And then, let's see, here we have the DVD on this side and the Blu-ray on this side. Different disc art. Fantastic. Bravo, Mill Creek. I love that. I love it, whenever you can easily differentiate the DVD and the Blu-ray. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times they'll just, slap the same disc art and just change the logo little, like, small at the bottom. And we actually have, 2 different disc arts. And the DVD actually has a little bit more bonus features, it looks like. It has a audio commentary, behind-the-scenes featurette, and original trailer. And then the Blu-ray has the feature film, audio commentary, and then the trailer. So doesn't have the behind-the-scenes featurette here. That's cool. That's good to know. All right, and then here goes the front, back, and spine for Benji Off the Leash. And this one is out now from Mill Creek Entertainment. Fantastic. Love this. Benji's back and better than ever. I just read the little sticker there. Benji's back and better than ever. Brand new restoration in high definition widescreen with special features. You got to say it like that because it has an exclamation point right at the end of it. So you got to say it with some feeling. Anyway, next up we have some more Mill Creek Entertainment releases. Now these are really cool, and there's a couple of them here, so be prepared. I know since basically the whole Stranger Things VHS set came out, everybody's kind of jumped on the bandwagon of these retro covers and things like that. Well, Mill Creek, they did something a little different. And it's not, a big old set or anything like that. But it is pretty cool. And they're doing these for a lot of their, like, you know, older films, more like, I guess you could call them cult classics and things like that. So we're going to look at one by one. There's like about, 6 here. So we're going to take a look at them. First one is Hardbodies. So you can see here, we have a slipcover. It's like the retro, looks like a VHS coming out of its packaging here. It's really cool. And it says, this video cassette will melt if left in the car or in the sun. And this is rated R, restricted, rated R. When I was a kid, that just made me want to watch it more. And I didn't, because I couldn't get, I couldn't get the video store guy to rent me any rated R movies. But anyway, here we, okay, I don't want to close up. No, if you guys don't know what it's about, I don't want to close in on the behinds there. All right, there you have it. But it does have, again, have this cool, like, retro style, you know, VHS look to it, where it looks like it's coming out of the sleeve, which is really cool. I like that. Even, you know, the back here shows the little spools. Really cool. I like that a lot. Okay. And then here goes the actual cover of it. And then the back here. Don't want to get too close because I don't want to get demonetized. I hope that doesn't happen. Anyway. If it does, so what? No, really, I don't want it to. And then here goes the inside here. Where it has the disc art, which is basically, again, just the cover. But really nice that there's disc art either way. And then here goes the front, back, and spine for Hardbodies. And this one is out now from Mill Creek Entertainment. Now, for a good while there, these have been out for a while. Now, these were out at Walmart, I believe, first. And then I think it was January 15th, if I remember correctly, they went wide. They, like, you can buy them anywhere now, as if I can remember correctly. But anyway, so there goes Hardbodies. Again, I just think that those cool, like, retro style covers are really neat. There are others that I'm like, really, there's other studios which I will not name, and all they have is like little, like, cardboard inserts on the front of it, and then they have it like shrink wrapped. Like, okay, that just became very lazy. Like, it's the same look to it with the whole VHS thing, but it's just like a little cardboard thing, like, right in front of it, and then it's all shrink wrapped together. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. You might as well do a really cool slipcover like Mill Creek is doing, and other studios are doing those as well. I think they're all kind of jumping together and kind of making like a little set, like a collection, and just make it at least a little nicer. You know what I mean? Next up, we have Chuck Norris in Silent Rage. I mean, what more can I say? It's Chuck freaking Norris, man. I love Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris was the guy that really made me want to do martial arts as a kid as well. Chuck Norris and Jason David Frank from Power Rangers. but yeah, so I really enjoy Chuck Norris movies. This one I actually don't remember watching, so that's going to be a treat. I'll have maybe my mom come over and sit down and watch this with me, because she's a huge Chuck Norris fan as well. Chuck Norris and Jean-Claude Van Damme and Charles Bronson and Steven Seagal. That's literally, if you want to know who my mom is, that's right there. That encapsulates her. But anyway, here we have it right here. Action thriller. What does it say here? Science created him. Now Chuck Norris must destroy him. Dun dun dun. That is a badass tagline, man. That is so cool. All right. There he goes in the back there. If you guys don't know what it's about. It's so ridiculous. Oh my God, I love it. It's so cool. And it says, please be kind and rewind. Okay, I don't know. You guys are probably too young. Well, some of you guys are too young to remember VHS tapes and the task that you had to go through of rewinding the tape. I had, well, obviously, you know, if you rewound it in the VCR, then it would just take forever. And so we ended up buying a separate video rewinder, but ours looked like a Corvette. So it would pop the little top. You put the videotape in, press it down, and it go, and then that's it. I was like, man, that is so cool. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting off topic here. Here goes the actual cover for Silent Rage. Look at Chuck Norris looking like a damn pimp there. Fantastic. And then again, here goes the back here. All right, and then here goes. God, okay. I'm sorry, I'm getting like a little crazy because it's so cheesy, but it's so awesome. Because I mean, that's kind of what Chuck Norris encapsulates. You know, his movies are a whole lot of cheese, but they're like that action cheese that's like so funny but so good. And there goes the discard there, which he's giving a roundhouse kick to that guy. Just like the back here. But I didn't see the guy back here, so that's why I was like, what? Anyway. I'm sorry. I apologize. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, I'm not normally like this. Like I said, I'm hyped up on a lot of caffeine right now, so. Here goes the front, back, and spine for Silent Rage. And this one is out now from Mill Creek Entertainment as well. All right. So next up, let's try to get through these a little quicker. Next up, we have Happy Birthday to Me. And this one is out now as well from Mill Creek. Fantastic cover here. Love this. And I almost want to say that I remember passing by this movie in the video store when I was younger. And it freaked me out because of that look on his face right there. But I cannot wait to check this out. I've never seen this movie before. And that's the one thing about Mill Creek. Mill Creek likes to put out these older movies that maybe not a lot of people have heard of, or they are cult classics and they've kind of flown under the radar for a lot of years. And this is the perfect chance to watch these exceptionally cheesy but good movies that that are getting put out here. And this is the perfect time to put these out with these like retro VHS covers here. Fantastic. If you guys don't know what it's about, check that out there. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at the actual cover here. Look at that. Is that creepy? It is. It sure is. All right, let's go ahead and open this up. If you guys are like, man, Dave is like super hyped up, I'm sorry. The next video will be better, I promise. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the inside. And then here we have the cover here. The disc art here, which is basically, again, this cover. And then this back cover here. Same thing. Fantastic. Here goes the front, back, and spine for Happy Birthday to Me. And this one is out now from Mill Creek Entertainment. All right. Next up, we have a movie that I haven't seen in a very long time. So I'm actually really excited to check this out. And I love John Candy. And this is Who's Harry Crumb? I remember this poster too, the way it looks. And it says, nerves of steel, body of iron, brain of stone. John Candy, man, he is like sorely missed. I really miss his brand of comedy, the way he was. I love going back every year. Actually, I'll at least watch a couple of John Candy movies just to kind of bring back the memory of him. He was gone way too soon. And then here goes the back here. If you guys don't know what it's about. All right. Let's go ahead and open this up here. And then here goes the actual cover. And the actual back here. Open this up. And then the disc art there, which is, again, essentially the cover. But nice disc art nonetheless. And then front, back, and spine. I almost forgot. For Who's Harry Crumb? And this one is out now as well from Mill Creek Entertainment. All right, we got two more. Two more of these. All right, next up is, again, one of my all-time favorite action movies. I will watch this one at least once a year. And I'm waiting for the right time to show my son. I think it's kind of soonish I'm going to be able to do that. And that is Last Action Hero. Last Action Hero is so good, man. But again, this is one of those movies that's it's self-aware, obviously. And it's self-referential. There's a lot of things in here that are the typical movie tropes that everybody would see. And that's what makes it even funnier. You know what I mean? So it's like the little nods and little nudges to certain action movies or action stars in here make it just one of the perfect action comedies that I've ever seen. If you guys don't know what it's about, you check it out there. And again, it's cheesy, but in this case, it's definitely meant to be cheesy. All right, let's go ahead and open this up, and then here goes the original cover for it. Where did I put? Oh, there it is. All right. Here. All right, and then here goes the disc art there, which is it's actually different than the cover, which doesn't normally happen. But I do remember this disc art. I think Mill Creek has released that Lash Action Hero before, and this is probably, I think this is the same disc art if I remember correctly. And then here goes the front, back, and spine for Last Action Hero, and this one is out now as well from Mill Creek Entertainment. All right, moving right along, we have Kroll. Now, I don't blame you if you don't know what Kroll is. Kroll is a sci-fi action movie that I remember. The only reason that I remember this movie is that one of my best friends had showed it to me when I was a kid. He was I think his uncle was really big into sci-fi and showed it to him, and he thought it was like he thought it was so good and so cheesy, so he wanted to show it to me, and I watched it. I'm like, what the hell am I watching right now? But it is good. I mean, if you like Dune and like Enemy Mine, and of course, you know, it kind of has this like Star Wars-esque feel to it as well. You know, then you'll definitely dig this movie. Again, it's an older movie, so expect cheesiness all around, even special effects wise. But there was this one moment in this movie, and if I can find the clip, this clip would make me laugh hysterically every time as a kid. And I don't really, well, okay, I guess I kind of understand why. But if I can find it, I'm going to place it here. Here we go. Here's the cover there. Look at that epic cover. And then here goes the back here. If you guys don't know what it's about. All right. Let's go ahead and open this up. And then here goes the original cover for it. And the original back. Let's go ahead and pop this open. I have a collection of. You hear it? And then here, let's see here. Then here goes the disc art here for Kroll. And I think, like I said, I think just like with the other one, I think this one was released before as well. And I think that's the same disc art as before. And then here goes the front, back, and spine for Kroll. And this one is out now as well from Mill Creek Entertainment. All right. Look, okay, I'm going to give you guys some homework. Okay, I know, look, don't groan. Don't go, oh, homework. No, I'm going to give you guys some homework. Watch this movie. Find a way to watch this movie. You probably find it on YouTube or online somewhere for free. Or if not, pick it up. Pick up this copy right here from Mill Creek. They're really inexpensive. I think it's like $7 to $10, something like that. But watch this movie. Come back. Tell me what you thought. Homework. All right. So anyway, all right. Next up, we have a movie that I haven't seen yet, but upon hearing about this movie, reading the synopsis, it sounds bonkers, and I cannot wait to watch it. And it's called A Happening of Monumental Proportions. Look at the cast of characters here. I mean, right there, that made me want to watch it already as it is. But read the back. I want you to read the back. Take your time and read the back. And tell me that does not sound bonkers as hell. And then there goes the special features as well. It does, right? I mean, it sounds freaking crazy. And I cannot wait to check this out. I've been trying to make some time to watch, again, some of the movies that I've been slacking on. And this is one of them that is going to be higher on my list. Cannot wait. Sounds so cool. And I'm a big fan of Common as well. Now, no interior artwork, no nothing like that. No disc art. Just grayed out disc art here because it is on DVD. And that's pretty much to be expected with DVDs nowadays. They don't really go the extra mile anymore. And then here goes the front, back, and spine for A Happening of Monumental Proportions. And this one is out now from Lionsgate. All right. Next up, we have one that I finally got a chance to see just recently. And it made me feel things. If you follow me on Instagram, I had posted something a couple of weeks ago. And it just made me start reminiscing of my childhood and things like that. And that is Christopher Robin. Christopher Robin, man. I'm a big fan of Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh was like one of my favorite characters as a kid. And I kind of, if you've read that post, I'm sorry, I'm going to kind of shorten it up, summarize it here. Essentially, you know, Winnie the Pooh was my outlet for imagination. You know, I felt like that showed me that using your imagination was the best thing that you could ever do. You know, Christopher Robin uses his imagination to go on adventures. You know, go on adventures with Winnie the Pooh and his friends. On Thousand Acre Woods, and it you know, it kind of brings you back to being a kid. I remember growing up, and I started getting older. You know, and this is essentially the same story as Christopher Robin. You know, in the Winnie the Pooh story, he gets older and has to leave all the childish things behind. I remember getting older and forgetting all of my my childish stuff. You know, and then I had mentioned that I was about 17 or so, and I walked into a Walgreens drugstore at like close to midnight, and I passed by the toy aisle and I saw this Tigger there. It really caught my eye, and I was like, oh man, I have to have it. He was in this cool fighting pose. I really wish I would have had it here, but if you go to my Instagram, there's a picture of it on there. You know, it kind of took me back to being a kid, and ever since then, I kind of had this way of thinking that, you know what, never stop being a kid. Always use your imagination. Always be a kid. Always make time to be a kid. No matter what age you are, no matter what you have going in your life, we all have responsibilities and things like that. And that's not to say forget about your responsibilities, but, you know, just take the time to stop being an adult, you know, for a moment, or stop thinking that you're too grown to be a kid. You know, I look at my son now, and I made mention in that story again that I walked into the room one day and he's just under covers, and I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, he's playing under covers. And I'm like, thinking to myself, like, I could hear him making like all these fighting sounds and stuff like that, and I realized that he had Spider-Man fighting against the Sinister Six, and I'm like, that's nuts, man. Like, imagine, I could barely even imagine like how many adventures he's gone on without me even knowing. You know, I mean, it's a big thing. I had like an existential moment after watching this movie, but it really is a great movie, man. And in this movie, Christopher Robin is an adult, you know, trying to, you know, I guess he had forgotten about all of his childish things, but Pooh and all of his friends come back to help remind him, you know, don't forget about us. Don't forget about being a kid, you know? So that's why I love this movie so much. It was so good. It made me want to cry. But anyway, here you go. Here's the back here. You guys want to see what it's about, and then the special features as well. I know that was a long explanation, and I'm sorry, guys. All right, let's go ahead and open this up. It does have a digital copy. And then here we have the Blu-ray on this side and DVD on this side. You see here? And then the front, back, and spine for Christopher Robin. And this one is out now from Walt Disney Studios Home Entertainment. I know sometimes I ramble. That's a fault of mine. I'm trying to get that clear, but sometimes it doesn't happen. Anyway, next up we have Crazy Rich Asians, and this one was a really good movie. It took me a while to get a chance to watch it, just because I always have so much to watch. But my wife had seen it in the theaters, and she kept telling me, "Watch it, you're gonna love it. It's good. It's a great movie." And I was like, And finally, I got a chance to sit down, and I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna watch it," and I loved it. It's a fantastic romantic comedy, something that you don't normally see, with an all-star, fantastic Asian cast here. I love Constance Wu. She's a fantastic actress. I love her on Fresh Off the Boat. She's hilarious as well. Ken Jeong is in it, and he, of course, if you've seen anything with him in it, he's a bonkers type of dude. And here, there's no less of that here. And then you also have Awkwafina, which Awkwafina, I hadn't really heard of her until recently. And this movie, she practically steals the show. I mean, every scene that she's in has me cracking up. So I love this movie. I think it's great. If you're into romantic comedies and things like that, if you have a date night or something like that you are looking forward to, definitely pick this up to pop this in, because it is really good. I loved it. And then here goes the back here. If you guys don't know what it's about. And again, like I said, every single person in here blows it out of the water, man. Fantastic cast of characters. God, so good. And then does have digital copy. And then very basic, no disc art or anything like that. It's just all green. Warner Brothers. This is the DVD copy on this side. Blu-ray copy on this side. Warner Brothers logo there. Blu-ray logo. And then the DVD logo on that side. At least it's not too hard to differentiate because the logos are like right there. And then here goes the front, back, and spine for Crazy Rich Asians. And this one is out now from Warner Brothers Home Entertainment. Warner Brothers was kind enough to send this over for review a while back. So thank you, Warner Brothers. All right. So next up, we have this. Okay. This Blu-ray collection update video has had more cheesy movies than usual. But that's okay. I don't mind it. I hope you guys don't either. Because I love the cheese, man. That sounds weird. I love cheesy movies. I really do. Again, I grew up just watching cheesy movies all the time. But this was a special one. For one simple fact that this was one of the... I think this was around the time that Mortal Kombat came out. Mortal Kombat Street Fighter movies came out. And I heard this one was coming out. And I was like, I have to see it. Like, I made a fist like that to my mom. I'm like, I have to see it. And she's like, whoa, are you going to hit me? I said, no, I'm not going to hit you, but I just mean it that much, Mom. And that is Double Dragon. Do you remember Double Dragon? If you don't remember Double Dragon, you should look up Double Dragon. Pick this one up as soon as you can. It is so cheesy, but it is so good. This was, as a kid, I remember watching this movie, and I didn't know what a good movie was. I just watched anything and everything. Just kind of like I do now, I guess. But I know better. I know what's good and what's not. But I watched everything. And I watched this, and I must have watched this movie at least like 20, 30 times growing up. And every time that I would see it on cable or whatever, as I got older, I would stop everything and just let it play. And somebody tried to change the channel. Nope. Leave it on Double Dragon. So Double Dragon is finally here. This is part of the MVD Rewind collection, as you can see here. So, man, when I saw that they were coming out with this, I had to get it. I had to have it. So this is so, so good. Fantastic. And does, again, have like this retro feel to it, just like, the norm nowadays with the little stickers and stuff like that. Be Kind, Rewind. This is martial arts. Has the genre there. I remember those from the video store. But does have Robert Patrick, T-1000. Mark DeCostas, American Iron Chef? That's what it is. Iron Chef America. Scott Wolf, Party of Five. Julia Nixon, I don't know. And Alyssa Milano from Who's the Boss? And all these Charmed and all this other stuff. And fun fact, Milano is the name of Star-Lord's ship in Guardians of the Galaxy. Anyway, here you go. Yeah, a lot of you guys probably already knew that. But here you go. Here goes. If you guys don't know what it's about, check it out there. Then it has a lot of stuff in here, a lot of special features, a lot of cool interviews and things like that. Now, a lot of these interviews I did go through because, again, I love this movie, so I had to watch everything. A lot of the interviews in there are like of the writers of this movie, and they're like, yeah, we did it for the paycheck. You know, we know it was a bad movie, but, you know, because of this movie, we went on and did bigger things, you know, because of Double Dragon. And so, I mean, in a sense, this movie made all these other bigger movies happen. You understand? But anyway, no, seriously, in all seriousness, this is a really fun movie. Cheese factor aside, it's just a fun movie either way. And the acting is just so... Oh, and then to top it off, I think the year that it takes place in this movie is like 2017 or something like that. I'm like... And then in their world, LA is just like this desolate wasteland. And it's just so funny to see that. You know, obviously an older movie trying to predict the future is kind of hilarious to me. And it does come with this really cool mini poster. Fantastic. I'm gonna hang this up in my bedroom, like right on the side of my wall. And my wife's gonna be like, "What the hell are you doing, David?" I'm like, "Hey, don't worry about it, okay?" Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Anyway, we do have the disc here, DVD and Blu-ray on this side. No disc art, anything like that. Just white with the logos on top, but that's okay. Again, this movie doesn't need disc art. I will say that much. Now, I'm excited to check out this alternate cover. I didn't have a chance to check it out yet. Oh, nice. This is essentially the original theatrical poster for Double Dragon. Fantastic. If you guys remember I don't know which came first, but there was a Double Dragon cartoon, and it was kind of loosely based around this movie. Again, I don't know if the movie came out first and then they based the cartoon on that, or the cartoon came first and then they based the movie on that. But it's something, I guess, it's kind of tied in to a certain extent anyway. But the cartoon's pretty epic to watch as well. But anyway, here we have, let me see, the front, back, and spine for Double Dragon, and this one is out now from NVD Entertainment. NVD does some fantastic stuff with their rewind collection. They put out, again, just like Mill Creek does, they put out like these cult movies or movies that maybe you wouldn't even think twice about or that you haven't heard of in years, and they put them out in this cool packaging with, you know, a cool little poster inside, and they make it look really nice and cool, and it's fantastic. Again, I never would have thought that I would have seen Double Dragon on Blu-ray. You know what I mean? So that right there is a huge plus for me. So shout out to MVD for that. Next up, we have Castle Rock, the complete first season. Castle Rock is a fantastic show. If you guys have not seen it, I believe it is on Hulu, if I remember correctly, which is a little bit of a bummer. I really wish that they would have put it out somewhere else on other streaming services, but at least they put it out on 4K on home entertainment platforms, so that way, you know, everybody can enjoy it. This show is kind of centered around Castle Rock, Maine, which a lot of Stephen King's stories are centered around Castle Rock, or they make mention of Castle Rock at some point, or Maine at some point or another. And it's a psychological horror show. It really is. And I don't want to give too much away because it really is a good, trippy kind of... it's everything that you would expect from a Stephen King story. It really is. And then some. And the really cool thing about this show is that they make mention of a lot of characters or a lot of things that have happened in in other Stephen King movies, which is really neat, really interesting. If you're a Stephen King nerd, you're going to love this show, and you're going to love being able to point out little Easter eggs here and there. Even during the opening credits, there's a lot of Easter eggs. And every time that I would watch an episode, I would find something. I would go, oh wow, look, did you see that? And my wife's like, no, I did not see that. Like, no, but it was about The Shining. She's like, I don't care. I'm painting my wife out to be very horrible, but she's not. I'm exaggerating. But anyway, there are a lot of Easter eggs in this show, and it's just one of those fantastic things. When I'm an Easter egg hunter. Sometimes whenever there's these shows that kind of like tie in like a universe together, just like Dark Tower. I loved watching Dark Tower just because I could find these little things here and there that kind of led back to other movies and things like that. This is definitely one of those shows that's going to have you do that. It's so fantastic. I highly recommend picking this one up or checking it out if you can. Fantastic. And then here goes the back here. If you guys don't know what it's about, it does have the special features as well. All right. And now, let's see here. Let's go ahead and open this up. It does have digital copy included. Now, this also does have the episode guide, which again, so thankful for. I love episode guides because there are times where I'm like, oh, what was that episode called? I want to go back and watch it, that kind of thing. All right, so here we have disc 1 on 4K, and then disc 2 on 4K, and let's see here, disc 1 on Blu-ray, and then disc 2 on Blu-ray. So there's not a lot of episodes. I believe there's about 10, if I remember correctly. So it's not going to be one of those shows that's like a huge, you know, it doesn't take up a huge amount of your time, is what I meant to say. So you're not like, you know, dedicating a whole lot of time to it. I would say, you know, try to binge it as much as you can, because there are times where, you know, say if you don't watch it for a week or two, then you're going to forget what happened in the last episode. You're going to need a refresher. But if you binge through it, you're going to feel much more satisfied watching all of them back to back. Because I will say, the one thing that I did notice about this show is that every episode ends on a note that makes you go, oh, crap. So, and I watched it from week to week. So it was a little harder on me. But watching it, I binge watched it recently, and it was much more satisfying watching them just one right after another, as many as I could anyway. And I didn't go, oh crap, as much. But anyway, fantastic show. Highly recommend picking this up. Here goes the front, back, and spine for Castle Rock, the complete first season. And this one is out now from Warner Brothers Home Entertainment. Warner Brothers did send this over for review as well a while back. So shout out to Warner Brothers. All right. Next up, we have BlacKkKlansman. Now, this one I had been waiting to watch for a while. I finally got a chance to watch it maybe about a week ago. And I loved the hell out of it. I thought it was so good. I was kind of hesitating just because I don't like to watch stuff with subject matter regarding the Klan. And that's just like, ugh, to me, right? But this movie, I had to watch it just because Denzel Washington's son is the lead actor here. It's John David Washington, and Adam Driver's in it. I'm a huge fan of Adam Driver as well. Now, this movie is completely bonkers. And then to top it off, it's true. It's based on a true story. Essentially, Washington here, he was essentially the first black police officer in Colorado Springs in the 70s. And in order to kind of prove himself, I guess you could say, he decided he had this idea to infiltrate the Klan, the Ku Klux Klan. Which, again, right there, it's like, what? You know? And then the department realized that, so they said, you know what? All right, think of something else. You can't do that. So he decided to get Adam Driver, another officer, involved, and essentially play this part where Washington here would be the vocal part of this guy, this person trying to get into the Klan over the phone, and then Adam Driver would be the physical embodiment of this man and they had to work together. Is again, craziness ensues. It's so bonkers, but it works. And surprisingly enough, I giggled at a lot of stuff just because it was so crazy. But then it ends on a note that kind of like it like makes you just slaps you right in the face. Like, pay attention, because it has a message at the end. I won't really give too much of it away, but it does have a message at the end that makes you realize, a lot. I'll say that. But fantastic movie. Highly recommend this one as well. Spike Lee movie. Really great. Again, here goes the cover here. And then here goes the back. If you guys don't know what it's about, it'll probably give you a little bit more information. I was trying to be vague as possible just in case. There you go. And then here goes the special features as well. Let's go ahead and pop this open. All right, it does have digital copy. And then here we have the Blu-ray on this side, and then the 4K on this side. Fantastic. And then here goes the front, back, and spine for BlacKkKlansman, and this one is out now from Lionsgate. All right. Next up, we're almost done, guys, almost. We have Hellfest from the executive producer of The Walking Dead, Hellfest. Fun going in, hell getting out. These taglines kill me, man. Some of these. I really do like the artwork in the front here. Now, this movie is your typical kind of slasher movie, but except it takes place in an amusement park. There really wasn't anything too, inventive about this movie. Certain kills in this movie, when you go into a slasher movie, you're looking for the kills. You try to see, me anyway, I try to see how inventive they are, how unique they are, because as a fan of horror, as a fan of slashers, I've seen just about everything. And if you haven't, I urge you to see Terrifier. It's on Netflix. But anyway, I've seen just about everything. So there are some kills in here that are actually pretty inventive, pretty unique. And they kind of made me go, whoa, okay, wow. But other than that, it's nothing too attention grabbing, I guess you could say. The story itself isn't that surprising, to be perfectly honest. It's not a bad movie, but it's not something that's going to change the genre, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's good for what it is, though. Here goes the back here, if you guys don't know what it's about. All right. And let's go ahead and pop this open. It does have digital copy. And then here goes the Blu-ray on this side. 4K on this side, as you can see there. And then the front, back, and spine for Hellfest. And this one is out now from Lionsgate. All right. So moving right along. Again, we're almost done, guys. Stick with me here. All right. You can go refill your soda or whatever if you want. Get some more popcorn. I'll just keep going. Next up, we have Galveston. Now, this is starring Ben Foster and Elle Fanning, right? Yes. Make sure I got their names right. Ben Foster, I'm a big fan of. I've been a big fan of Ben Foster for a very, very long time. He's always a very committed, very method actor, very strong actor. And one of his roles that really, again, even before this movie that I'm about to talk about, I've been a fan of Ben Foster. But Alpha Dog specifically, you could see in that movie just how strong, how crazy he can be as an actor. You know what I mean? And I like actors that can get into their roles like that. And Ben Foster is definitely one of those guys. This is essentially a movie that it's a circumstantial movie where there's one guy, something happens, and he ends up with a girl. Again, I'm trying not to give too much away because it is a movie where details do matter. And if I give you too many details, I'm pretty much giving you the movie. He ends up with a girl. They end up somewhere else. And essentially, he's just trying to protect her to a certain extent, but she doesn't want to be protected. Anyway, there's a lot going on. There really is a lot going on. And I'll if you guys want, you can pause the back here whenever I turn it around so you can read a little bit more on it. But it is from the writer of True Detective, Nick Palazzo. So already right there, it's going to be one of those kind of crime noir kind of films, to one of those stories. I remember this as a novel. And I remember after watching True Detective, I wanted to read Galveston so much because I'm like, oh, I live like 45 minutes from Galveston. So I'm like, this is in my backyard, man. So I kind of wanted to read it, but I never got a chance to. I saw that they were making a movie. I was like, I have to watch it. I have to. Now, this movie, I will essentially say it's not for everybody. There are some slow points here in the movie, but if you love that kind of, crime noir, that drama, that slow burn kind of drama, you're gonna like this movie. And the final scene in this movie is pretty beautiful to a certain extent. I actually really liked it a lot. Fantastic. Now, if you're looking for this to be just exactly like True Detective, it's not exactly. But it's in that same vein. It's like a spiritual successor to a certain extent, but except this guy's not a cop. But anyway, you'll probably get more information out of the back here. All right. But I love that a lot of Nick Palazzo's writings, his novels, are actually becoming something now. Coming to the screen in some shape or form, which I'm excited about because I love him as a writer. Fantastic. All right, and let's go ahead and open this up here. And here we have the Blu-ray copy on this side and 4K copy on this side. So you can see here, 2 different disc arts, which I really enjoy. I like that a lot. Really cool. Essentially, this disc art is the cover there, and then this disc art is the back there. And then here goes the front, back, and spine for Galveston, and this one is out now from RLJ Entertainment. All right. I hope they really put more of his work out there. And if you guys have not seen True Detective Season 3, you guys are missing out. It is so good right now. They're on episode 5. I think, yeah. They just aired episode 5. I cannot stop watching the show. So good. It feels just like the first season all over again. Anyway, next up, we have The Grinch. The Grinch on 4K Ultra HD. Does have 4K Ultra HD, Blu-ray, and digital copy included. Includes 3 mini movies as well. Right, and here goes the back here if you guys don't know what it's about. But who doesn't know The Grinch, right? Grinch is fantastic. All right, so this movie, like I just said, a lot of people know The Grinch. So the story kind of sells itself. But it's done by Illumination. So it's going to be good. They've done, Secret Life of Pets, all the Despicable Me movies and Minions and all that other stuff. So it's going to be good. I will say, when we watched this movie, the animation was just fantastic. Like, it just looked perfect. It looked exactly like you were opening up a Dr. Seuss book. That's what I loved about it the most. I loved the likeness of it. It was just so perfect, man. It was just so good. The story, again, because I've seen The Grinch so many times, it was just like, I'm watching the old cartoon all over again. You know what I mean? But there were certain things here and there thrown in that were new. That they kind of put a twist on a little bit. And that I appreciated a lot just because, okay, and I guess those things were for people like me that have seen The Grinch over and over and over, seen the old cartoon, seen the live action movie, so you got to change it up just a little bit. And I'm glad that they did. It made it that much more enjoyable. The jokes in there are so funny. Kenan Thompson's character in here is so funny as well. And it's kind of funny to know that Benedict Cumberbatch voiced the Grinch. Which, again, imagine Benedict Cumberbatch's voice coming out of him. You know, it's weird, right? But anyway, it was really good. I really enjoyed it. My son really enjoyed it as well. So that's right there. That's a selling point for me. If he enjoyed it, if he was entertained by it, that's good in my book. But anyway, we already showed the back. Sorry. All right, here we go. And here goes the digital copy here. And then this is pretty cool. I like this. Here goes, it's all green here. Instead of the typical universal like blue at the bottom and then kind of semi-reflective. All green. Have the reflective logo there. And then we have the 4K copy on this side. With same discard as the front. Alright. And then here goes the front back and spine for the Grinch. And this one is out now from Universal Studios Home Entertainment. I really enjoyed this movie a lot. This is a fantastic movie. And we will be watching it every year from here on out. Fantastic. Great. Now, last but not least, we have Nutcracker and the Four Realms. I was really excited for this movie ever since it was announced. I've been wanting to watch it. It looked really good, man. And I love the cast. The cast is really great as well. You have some strong characters. You have Morgan Freeman on there. You have Keira Knightley. You have Helen Mirren in it as well. And it's just on another level. I remember seeing the Nutcracker it's just like I was talking about with the Grinch. I've seen the Nutcracker so many times. I've seen the play so many times. I've seen cartoons of the Nutcracker so many times. I was looking forward to this because it takes there's a different spin on it as well. It essentially does have the typical story of the Nutcracker, but it changes things here and there or improves on things here and there where it catches your attention, makes you want to watch and just experience it as a whole. Now, with that being said, I will say that there are some slow spots in this movie that were upon watching it after the fact, after thinking about it and kind of letting it sink in, I was like, you know what, there were spots where they could have maybe crammed it just a little bit closer together, like, crammed it a little bit more, or maybe cut certain parts out just to kind of keep the flow going. That's probably the only critique, I guess you could say, that I have about it. Other than that, it was very entertaining. Very the special effects in there were very inventive. I really like that. The soldiers in the movie look really cool, especially towards the big battle scene towards the end. Fantastic. I loved it a lot. Here goes the back here. If you guys don't know what it's about, and the special features are there as well. All right. Let's go ahead and open this up. It does have digital copy. And here we have Blu-ray here, 4K copy on this side. Different disc art from the cover here, which is good. I like that a lot. And then here goes the front, back, and spine for the Nutcracker and the Four Realms. This one is out now as well from Walt Disney Studios Home Entertainment. All right. And again, because I started this really hyped up and I'm starting to kind of come down off the caffeine a little bit. But because I'm in such a generous mood here. Disney was kind enough to send over some digital copies for all my friends here and part of the Cinema Deviant universe. And I'm going to be giving away 5 digital copies of the Nutcracker and the Four Realms. All you have to do is comment down below and just let me know, what is your favorite Disney movie? That's all you have to do. I'm making it very simple because guess what? I want to give back to you guys. You guys have been so awesome, being here and watching these videos and just being really cool people that, you know what? I got to give back to my community, man. So 5 digital copies here. All you have to do is comment down below. Let me know what's your favorite Disney movie, and I will pick 5 winners by Friday, 10 p.m. Central Time. I would say when you give your comment down below, also add like somewhere on social media that I can find you, just in case, because I think this messaging here on YouTube, I don't think it works anymore, or there's issues with it. I don't know. I've been having trouble for the past I don't know how long. But put a social media contact there where I can find you, either Twitter or Instagram or wherever. and that way I can contact you that way if you win. And again, 10 p.m. Central Time, I will pick 5 separate winners. All you got to do, man, just comment down below. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Please give this video a big thumbs up. If you dug it or found it informative in any way, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well, because I will be coming back with more videos as always. And there are going to be links down in the description below where you guys can pick up any of these titles here if you guys want to. You guys don't have to pick them up from there, but if you do, it's greatly appreciated. And with all that being said, we will catch you next time.